What's up, baseball fans? Harrison Graham here from Chat Sports, bringing you the latest MLB news and rumors as the trade deadline approaches in just about a week or so. Expected to be a lot of movement with no waiver deadline this year. Noah Syndergaard could be one of those big fish on the move. He has not had a great season for the Mets, ERA just under 4.5, but the Houston Astros are reportedly interested in THOR's services. Again, not having his best season of his career, but only 26 years old, only making $6 million this year, plus has 2 years of arbitration control. So Syndergaard is certainly a player that teams are going to be after, and the Houston Astros are expected to firmly be in that mix. You look at his last 4 years, obviously this year, again, not having the best year of his career, but he has had a couple of good outings. That ERA was hovering close to 5. It's below 4.5 now. Last year, obviously, had an excellent season, was injured in 2017, did not throw much that year, but back in 2016, is probably the most complete season of his career. So have we seen his best days even though he's only 26 years old? I don't believe so. I think maybe a fresh change of scenery would be good for a young pitcher like Syndergaard. He's been used to losing in New York. Putting him under guys like Gerrit, Justin Verlander could do him some good. So the Houston Astros are interested. The Yankees are also interested. They've got a great bullpen, explosive lineup. They need some starting pitching though. San Diego Padres have reportedly been interested. They're kind of on that bubble of whether to buy or sell in the National League. And of course, the Milwaukee Brewers staff is just brutal. They could certainly benefit from THOR's services. So again, Noah Syndergaard reportedly getting interest from the Astros. Here's some other teams interested as well. Well, if you don't want Syndergaard, how about Marcus Stroman? Tons of teams interested in his services. 7 attended his last start, in which he threw 7 innings and gave up 0 runs. John Morosi of MLB Network reporting that obviously the Twins are also interested as well, but the teams at that start, Padres, Rays, Cincinnati Reds had a scout in attendance. The Red Sox, the Cubs, Dodgers, Braves, most of those teams in playoff contention looking to get a quality starting pitcher. He also has a year of arbitration left, so it's not like he's only a rental. You look at his last 6 starts, he's been excellent. You plug him near the top of a rotation, that will certainly bolster a team come October. You look at what he's done throughout the season, really solid. Ignore that win-loss record, that ERA under 3.30. He's got the strikeouts, innings pitched. Marcus Stroman, one of the best pitchers on the trade market. Clearly, Toronto would like to move him and get some return as they are clearly in rebuilding mode. Haven't even won 40 games yet this year. So Marcus Stroman, lots of teams interested. Again, 7 teams were at his last start, and the Minnesota Twins, they weren't at that last start, but they have reportedly been very, very interested. So at least 8 teams interested in Marcus Stroman. So I'll ask you guys, we've talked about Syndergaard, we've talked about Stroman. Which starting pitcher would you rather have? Type M for Marcus Stroman, type N for Noah Syndergaard. Give me THOR. I know he's having a down season, but he's younger. He's cheaper right now. He's got more arbitration control. I think especially a team like the Houston Astros makes sense where you bring him in. He doesn't have to be your number 1, number 2 type starter. You plug him in as your 3 or 4 and you're in good shape. Give me Noah Syndergaard over Marcus Stroman, but if you want Stroman, type M in the chat below. The Giants, man, the last 2 shows Mitch did had Bumgarner on the move, but when you win 16 of 19 games, things can change. The Giants might keep him now, reportedly. That's the report coming out that they're above 500 now, only a couple of games back in the wild card mix in the National League. They might keep Bumgarner. It's Bruce Bochy's last season as the Giants manager. Maybe they want to go all in on this season. I mentioned that surge, 16 out of 19 wins. They're a game above 500 now, only 2 back in the National League wild card chase. The Giants might move a reliever and get some middle infield help. That's another report coming out as well. But Bumgarner, unless something changes in the next week, likely going to stay. And I mentioned that wild card chase. It's crowded. Nationals holding that top spot right now. Cardinals in that number 2 slot, but Phillies and Brewers just a half game back. The Giants are just 2 games back now. National League very top heavy. It's the Dodgers and everybody else right now. So there's opportunities to slip into that playoff hunt and try and make a run into October. The Giants did not expect this 3 weeks ago, but here they are now in the mix, and it looks like Madison Bumgarner might be here to stay, and for good reason. If they get into the playoffs, they know what they've got in Bumgarner, one of the best postseason pitchers of all time. ERA just above 2, 8-3 right record. He's pitched over 100 innings. He has been one of the best. He's been the opposite of Clayton Kershaw. In the postseason, this is the guy you want on the mound, and he's been one of the best in the business. And if the Giants are going to try and make a run, he certainly has to be a part of that. So Madison Bumgarner could be staying with the Giants, likely not going to be on the move at this point, despite them just being one game above 500. They're on that border. I'll ask you guys, should the Giants be buyers or should they be sellers? Normally, when you're in a crowded wild card hunt like the Giants are, I tend to lean on the side of selling, but it's Bochy's last year. Bumgarner's getting older. You may not get as much for him as you'd like anyway. I say buy low and try and make a run with the core that you have and see if you can bring another championship to San Francisco. But type B for buyers, type S for sellers in the comments below. All right, folks, subscribe at youtube.com/chatsportstv. We're going to go live for an MLB Trade Deadline special. It'll probably be me and Mitchell Renz doing that on July 31st. Expect a lot of movement. Also, subscribe. We do NFL. We do NBA. Training camps are just around the corner. We do some college football stuff in the fall. We do all kinds of stuff here at Chat Sports. youtube.com/chatsportstv. Hit that subscribe button so you know when we go live, when we post videos, do all of that good stuff. Back to MLB news and rumors. Red Sox looking for relief help. Kirby Yates, Ken Giles specifically. Kirby Yates, of course, having that great season for the Padres, is a little bit older at 32 years old, but John Morosi reporting the Sox have active interest in Yates. Bullpen's been a mess all year, and it goes back to when they did not bring back Craig Kimbrell this season. Right now, they have Nathan Eovaldi plugged in as their closer, so that is not what you want to do if you are the Boston Red Sox. Of course, the Padres say they're only going to trade Yates if they receive an overwhelming offer. So Kirby Yates and the Padres, they're just outside of that wild card hunt in the National League. That's a young up-and-coming team, so they're going to want to get a lot in return if they trade him. But Kirby Yates, a guy the Red Sox are interested. Also, Ken Giles, another guy the Red Sox are interested. We know what happened a couple of years ago in that postseason with the Astros. He was a disaster, especially in the World Series against the Dodgers. A.J. Hinch had to shut him down. They couldn't throw him out there anymore because he was getting rocked. Having a bounce-back year this year after a bad year and a half or so. Again, was bad in that postseason, was bad last year, but he's been really good this year for the Blue Jays. Still a young arm, throws over 100 miles an hour at times. This guy has an electric arm and seems to have his career back on track. So you compare these two guys, if you're the Red Sox or any other team looking to add bullpen help. Kirby Yates, Ken Giles, both righties who throw with high velocity. Giles, again, the younger of the two, but Yates certainly having the better season. Lower ERA, more saves. The saves number, don't look at that too much, though. The Blue Jays are really bad, so not a lot of save opportunities there. Yates has the better whip, though. Giles' whip is just over 1. By the way, if you don't know what whip is, walks and hits per innings pitched. There's your news of the day if you are not a baseball nerd like I am. So again, Ken Giles, Kirby Yates, a couple of guys the Red Sox are interested in. Which guy would you rather have? Type G for Ken Giles, type Y for Kirby Yates. If it's just for this year, give me Kirby Yates, because I've seen Giles in the postseason. It wasn't good. I know he's younger, and if you're talking about the next several years, I would probably lean Giles, but Yates has been locked down this year. Again, his ERA is right at 1. His whip is almost below 0.8. I think Yates is the better option for this year. Long term, give me Giles, but I think Yates in this exercise is the selection. Speaking of Kirby, what's your favorite Super Smash Bros. Character? I'm a big Kirby fan myself. Are you a Captain Falcon guy? Are you a Wolf guy? The guys out behind the scenes here are laughing at me now. I love Super Smash Bros. I like playing video games. I'm a big Nintendo guy, so I like Kirby. I like playing with Donkey Kong, but if Kirby's your favorite character or anyone else, comment below. I want to hear it from you guys, who your favorite Super Smash Bros. Character might be. Moving on here, Nicholas Castellanos, Hunter Pence, couple of guys that the Rays are interested in. Their lineup is skidding these days. They've got a good rotation. They got a good bullpen. They need to add some pop to their lineup, especially right-handed pop. That's the report. They're looking for a good right-handed bat. They've checked in with Detroit regarding Castellanos. Of course, Detroit is not in win-now mode, so this would be a guy looking to move. He is going to be a rental as he's set for free agency. So if you're a smaller market team like the Rays, you you might be able to buy relatively low. And Tampa Bay, again, look, they're looking to add right-handed power. Nicholas Castellanos is having a nice season. He's hitting .285. He's got 11 bombs, 36 ribbies, that OPS over 800. So Castellanos certainly a good option for the Tampa Bay Rays. Hunter Pence, maybe a more surprising option, but a good option as well. He's having a resurgent season for the Texas Rangers. Most people thought he was done after last year, couldn't get a job in winter ball, so he went to go play winter league ball down at the Dominican, really showed some signs. Rangers signed him to a minor league deal. Why not, right? Well, he's having a great season, and obviously he would bring leadership and World Series experience to Tampa Bay or to any other roster. You look at his last 4 years, I mentioned that bounce back season this year, hitting .290, 15 homers, 49 ribbies. 3 years before last year, couldn't stay healthy, couldn't get on the field for the Giants, hit below .230. Year before was okay. Back in 2016 had a pretty big season, but he was clearly on the decline of his career. He's 36 years old now, so for him to have a season like he's having, he would provide a lot of experience and leadership to a clubhouse, especially a younger group like Tampa Bay. I think that's something that could make some sense. So shout out your favorite team. Are you a Tampa Bay Rays fan? I doubt it, but if you are, comment below. Red Sox, Astros, Yankees, shout out your favorite team in the comments below, and we might give you a shout out on our show next time.